Hi, this is Brian Terrian from the Disability Digest, and you're about to listen to a training session conversation we had here at the Disability Digest about uh, the date last insured that disability applicants have. And this is a date in which your disability benefits expire that many people don't know about. So there's 7 key points that we cover in it, like what is it and why it's important. Is the whole focus of this as an educational event. So I recorded it. I hope you find value in it. If you are thinking about going through the process, in the process of going through your disability approval, this is really a critical information piece to understand. So I hope you find it helpful. If you are in need or would like other disability approval assistance, then stay tuned to this channel if you're listening to this on YouTube, or look below the video and there will be other links to our website and resources there. Hope you enjoy. Make it a great day. So the point here about date last insured, I, I I expect disability applicants, most of them, they don't know what it is. They don't know what the date last insured is. They don't know the importance of it, what it is. So hopefully this will provide some clarity of it. So what I want to cover is what's your date last insured? When does it expire? What do you do if it's expired? It's another thing. Um, and some of the other key points down here. What are your options to reinstate it, to get your date last insured back up? And the value of knowing your DLI for multiple attempts at getting approved for disability. So we'll go through an example. And then anything else, any questions you guys have? Sound good? All right. So first of all, the date last insured, as many of you have asked this question when you're speaking to people, is their date to determine when they're eligible for disability benefits, because as many don't know, they actually expire. So the question, the general criteria is if somebody has worked 50% or more of the last 10 years, and they have paid their taxes, and in that period of time they've been earning over, I don't know what the exact numbers were for every quarter, but if they were earning over $1,400 a month in those quarters, then they would likely qualify for disability. So as a general rule, if somebody's had a full-time job or a really good part-time job, for 50% of the last 10 years, they would qualify for disability. We all good with that? Okay. So what happens is disability benefits expire. So an example of how that works is if somebody stopped working today, then their date of last insured would be around 5 years from now. So if you wait, for example, 6 years to apply or think about applying for disability, you've missed the window. So another example would be somebody stopped work a year ago and is looking at going through the approval process. Their date of last insured would be 4 years from now. You with me? So you got 5 years altogether. You've been out of work 2 years. You've got 3 years left. So that's the concept. Disability benefits are not in place forever. So what can you do if your DLI is expired, right? You really don't have a lot of options, but you can get benefits. You can get benefits by this, what they call this look back period. And the look back is if you had conditions that were being treated by a doctor, and you were insured during this period of time, and the doctor still has the records, and the doctor will support your request for disability, then you could possibly win that case. So let's say somebody falls into this category and it's 7 years ago, because it's 5 years, right, that they've been out of work. So it's 7 years ago. And they're still seeing that doctor. They still have the medical records. The doctor will still support them and all of that. That is one possibility. Those cases are really hard to win, and really difficult to find even attorneys to take them, but it is possible. So that's really the only way that you can win a case with a past due DLI that I know of, right?
Okay.
So it's expired and you want to reinstate it. Maybe some of you have met somebody that is just a few quarters short. Maybe they have 19 out of the 20 that they need, or whatever the number is. And so they could go back to work for 1 quarter, which is 3 months out of the year. And if they were to earn money during that quarter and they're only 1 quarter short, that could reinstate their benefits. So think about it this way. You've got somebody who is 49 years old and they're 1 credit short and they can't work. If they went back to work for January, February, and March and found something that they could tolerate to make $1,470, which is the amount in 2021, they could get their benefits reinstated, which is likely the only money that they're going to be able to get until they're 62. So that's an option. I think this is the most important one for people that are going through the disability approval process, is to know your DLI.
So they can find that out, right, by going on their account or whatever?
I don't know if you can find it out by going on your account. I did look into that, and I was not able to confirm that.
How can they find out how short they are?
Right. It doesn't. My understanding of when you go into your My SSA account, it will say you have enough credits to qualify for disability, or you have enough credits to qualify for Medicare, but it doesn't. From what I know, and I've been locked out of my account even though I work for them for, well, this will be the 2nd year, so I don't know. I have this in the notes further down. I think the only way I know for sure to find out how many credits you have is to call Social Security.
Okay, that's what I tell people to do.
Yep. Now you can log into your My SSA account and certainly find out if you have enough credits to apply for disability, but it's not going to tell you what your DLI is, just so that we set the record clear. Right?
Right.
So for disability applicants, this is, in my opinion, why it's important for you to understand your date last insured, because you might need more than 1 shot at the application process to get approved. And if you've been out of work for just like a year and you apply, that means you've got 4 years until your DLI expires, which you could go through the process once and get denied at a hearing, and choose to appeal or not at the higher levels, and still have enough time left with another year left to apply again. So I have an example of Cindy's situation, which was just that. She went to a hearing and she had a good case. She just forgot to go to the doctors, and she was denied. And so she had 1 year left. And so her options were, after her hearing, is she could go through the appeals council, but she was advised not to, or she could start a new case, new evidence, and all of that, or she could give up. So she chose to start a new case. So if you're looking at going through the approval process and you're 1 year out of work, that means you have 4 years, likely 2 shots to get your disability. Or if you're at year 3 out of work, then you probably only have 1 shot at it. Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay.
Sure.
So we talked about how to find it. Here's the biggest challenge, just a shout out for anybody listening to this, those that you know. Since I've been doing this, this is a statement from a member today that falls victim to this. I stopped work full-time in 2004 to raise my kids. Along the way, my health deteriorated. I have fibromyalgia and breathing problems, etc. So moms, or I shouldn't say moms, it should be parents that choose to stay home and raise their kids are out of the workplace and not paying into Social Security. They become uninsured, and when they become sick, they don't have any coverage. So I think what my message is, make sure you're aware of that, or whoever's listening to this, or people that you know. And then in addition to that, I mean, if you can find something to do part-time to earn $1,500 a quarter at least, so you can stay insured for half of those years, maybe when your kids get like 5 years into the parenting process. I don't know. You either have to, I guess, again, just understand the risk, and if you can find a way to keep yourself insured, you know, that would be ideal. Anything to add to this, folks, that I may have missed?
I have members that will do, like, they'll be in waiting for a child date, but they've got a child date, and then they'll start a new application. Is that?
So, okay, yeah, that's an advanced strategy, thanks to Carl Osterhow, that I've been made familiar with. You can do that if you have gone to a hearing and you've been denied, and you file an appeals council appeal.
Mm-hmm.
Once that appeals council appeal has been denied, you can pursue that case to the last level, which is the federal appeal. Once you start the federal appeal, you can also start another initial application, and you can ride both.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so for sure you can do that. Good. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for listening. I'm going to turn the recording off here.
I just was going to say that a lot of people, when they say